I want to welcome you back to Black Site Live tonight. We're going to talk about Pittsburgh Steelers president Art Rooney II not taking responsibility for putting Antwon Rose Jr.'s name on the back of the Steelers helmet. First, subscribe, like, and share to this channel. Antwon Rose Jr. name is on the back of Pittsburgh Steelers helmet, but it seems like Art Rooney, the president of the Pittsburgh Steelers, did not vet what Antwon Rose Jr. did. What he did was shoot a fellow black man in a drive-by shooting. Later on, 30 minutes later, he was confronted by a Pittsburgh police officer in which he died in custody. That police officer was found not guilty of any crimes at all. But what also happens is that Pittsburgh Steelers players investigated Antwon Rose. First, we know about Villanueva not putting the name of him on the back of his helmet. He scratched it out and put on a fellow soldier who died while fighting war to protect this country. Then you had Marquise Pouncey actually find out, and he investigated and found out what Antwon Rose Jr. actually did. And he said he will not put his name on the back of his helmet. Then you had Mika Fitzpatrick come out and say it was the organization who made the decision to put that name on the back of the helmets. Now it falls on the owner. Who made the decision? Why hasn't the owner apologized not only to the players but to the fans for honoring a thug? A young man who committed crimes against his own community. A man, when they found him, had gun residue on his hand. That means that he was shooting at someone else that was black. Now you see how far this social justice movement has gone. It's complete madness. You got owners of football teams, owners of major corporations, politicians trying to find anything to satisfy the quench of the Black Lives Matter movement. That means you have to stand up and support criminals who committed crimes against their community but died in custody. See, what these owners of the NFL fail to understand is that there will never be enough. See, you got to keep feeding the beast, and the beast is always hungry. That's what you forget when you deal with Marxists like the Black Lives Matter movement. So you will go out and find someone who is truly a thug and recognize it as a crime that the police did against this young man. But this officer was found not guilty. So where does the responsibility fall? Well, the owner is trying to put it on the players. The players are saying it's the organization. What's the answer to the question? I believe it's the organization. Art Rooney is running around talking about how proud he is of his social justice movement with the Pittsburgh Steelers, his efforts. But to me, his efforts have backfired for him trying to satisfy the beast. You can't make a deal with the devil. You know eventually the devil will turn on you. So I would like to see this Sunday when Pittsburgh plays Denver, is that name going to be on the back of the helmet? Or will some players on the Steelers refuse to put this man's name on their helmet? The owner of the Steelers are basically saying that you can do whatever you want on the field. That basically, if you want to protest by taking a knee, stand up, do a handstand, do a flip, you can do whatever you want to do for your social justice efforts. But I think for the game, the owner should put a stop to this nonsense because it's out of control. You have to let these players know that they are employees not only of the Pittsburgh Steelers but of the NFL. And employees have to follow rules. Doesn't matter if you work at Walmart, Ford, GM, you have to follow rules. And that's what you should tell these players. But they refuse to tell them because they're scared of the Twitter rage mob and BLM, Antifa, and other organizations that may come attack the owners and the organizations. This is what happens when you have somebody like Roger Goodell running your league. He's not a beta male, he's a zeta male. A zeta male is somebody with no backbone at all in his body. I want to thank you for listening to Black Side Live. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.